My dear child, this message comes from the deepest part of my heart, and it is meant for you at this very moment. It has arrived at the right time, not too soon and not too late, because every step of your life hath been carefully guided. I have seen your struggles, your hidden tears, your silent moments filled with hope, and today my words reach you with a purpose. Everything that has been difficult will soon end. The struggles that seemed endless, the nights when you felt my voice was silent, and the weight you carry in your soul, all of this is coming to an end. Not because I've forgotten you, but because I have already completed what needed to be worked out in you during that season. When I told you to wait, it wasn't punishment, it was protection. When you felt like everything stopped, it was because heaven was adjusting your path. Nothing has been wasted. Every tear was a seed. Every moment of silence was preparation. Every wound has opened a door to something greater. My son, listen to me. This is not the end, but the end of everything that held you back. The confusion ends. The doubt ends. The burdens that never belonged to you end. I am closing cycles, clearing paths, and removing what has been blocking your progress. What seemed like a loss is actually an act of love. Just as night cannot stop the dawn, sadness cannot stop what I am about to bring into your life. This message is your sign that you've reached the end of the process, and what follows now is fulfillment. Take a moment of silence and feel the weight melt away. Do not fear what ends, because what ends now is what was never meant to follow you beyond this point. My dear child, understand this deeply. When I say everything will end, I am not speaking of destruction, but of transformation. I am ending what no longer supports your purpose. I am closing doors that no longer lead to your destiny, even though you might want to keep them open out of fear or habit. Do not mourn what fades away, because what fades today was stopping you from shining. Do not cling to those who are leaving, because I am surrounding you with people who are in alignment with your spirit. What seemed like a loss is really a hidden freedom. You were not meant to live in endless cycles of pain. I have seen how you tried to hold on to what was impossible, how you gave love where there was no return, how you stayed in places that took the life out of your spirit. But now, with my voice, I am setting you free. My word breaks the chains that bound you. My power steps in and stops the patterns that took away your peace. The old is falling away, even though it may hurt at first to watch it go. As the things that no longer serve you crumble, something new begins to grow within you. Do not fear the silence that may come, for it is not emptiness, it is a sacred space where I am preparing what's next. Your heart will feel a calm that may seem strange, a peace you won't fully understand. That peace is the sign that my hand is at work. Do not resist what is ending, my child. Be thankful, because you are being prepared for what you prayed for, even if you didn't realize it. Let my gift come to you in the way I've planned it, completely. Give me the weight of old wounds, the tiredness you carry, and the painful memories that still linger. Say it with me, I let it go. True forgiveness is not about excusing what was done to you, but freeing your spirit from the hold of those old hurts. Let go of the thought that you must change in order to earn my love. I love you before you ever knew it, and my love for you has no end. Now, open your hands and receive the true blessings I am sending. Deep rest, unexpected rewards, real connections, and clarity that feels like the first light of dawn after a long night. Do not look down on small beginnings. I often work through what seems small and unnoticed. Allow your body to feel peace again, and let your mind begin to hope and believe without the fear that good things will slip away. What comes from me will not fade with time. It will grow and become stronger with deep roots. Learn to establish sacred boundaries with your time, your relationships, and what you focus on. Not everything that asks for your energy is from me. Each day, ask me what truly belongs to you to do, and I will show you. Protect with care what is starting to grow inside of you. It is something holy, delicate, and powerful. What is blooming now is not just another promise. It is the fulfillment of what you've waited for all these years. As you let go of the old, something new is beginning to sprout within you. But I want you to understand this. The promises that are coming won't come halfway, but completely. Let my gift arrive in the perfect way I have planned for you. Give me the weight of past hurts, the tiredness that lingers, and the memories that still silently bleed. Say with all your heart, I let it go. True forgiveness isn't about accepting what hurt you, but about freeing yourself from the chains of the past. Don't hold on to the belief that you must change in order to earn my love. I loved you before you even knew how to say my name, and I will love you beyond the last day. Now, open your hands, my child, and receive what truly belongs to you. Deep rest, unexpected favors, real connections, and a clarity that feels like the first light after a long, dark night. Don't look down on small beginnings. I often work through what seems insignificant. Let your body find peace again, and let your thoughts learn to wait with hope, free from the fear that good things will slip away. What comes from me doesn't fade with time. It grows under my protection. Set sacred boundaries, for not everything that demands your energy comes from me. Not every voice that sounds urgent carries my direction. Each day, ask me what truly belongs to you, and I will guide you with clarity. Guard carefully what is beginning to grow inside of you. It is something sacred, delicate, and bright. What is unfolding now will mark a significant change in your life. Protect it with wisdom, for this new cycle I am opening will not be temporary, it will be eternal. I am leading you into spaces that I prepared for you long before you understood their purpose. You are not walking aimlessly. Every step you take has already been written in my plan. Very soon, clear signs will begin to appear. A simple conversation will bring light to an idea you had forgotten. A connection you thought was lost will find peace and meaning again. What you need will come to you easily, without struggle or worry. The heavy burden you carried, the weight you thought was part of who you are, will gradually fade away. It was never yours to bear. It was not your destiny to carry it. It was a shadow that time and confusion had attached to your soul. These will be the first signs of my goodness appearing in you. Small sparks that will make you realize you are not alone, that nothing has happened by chance, and that every delay had a purpose you could not see. What is about to unfold will be unlike anything you've experienced before. It is a season guided by my hand, crafted with divine precision. Do not rush this process, just remain open and patient, because in the days ahead, my will become clear in the details, the people you meet, the words spoken, and the silences you experience. And you will know, without a doubt, that it was me, preparing the way long before you ever imagined it. I am directing the paths that once seemed closed, the opportunities you thought were lost, and the doors you knocked on that never opened. It wasn't rejection, it was protection. It wasn't a delay, it was preparation. The time that seemed wasted was actually the workshop where I shaped your strength, your sensitivity, and your ability to discern. Now everything is beginning to align with a new rhythm. You will no longer act out of anxiety. but from a place of trust. What once felt like a struggle will now flow with ease, not because the world has changed, but because you have changed within it. You've learned to hear my voice above the noise, and that is the sign of spiritual growth that you needed to step into the new. Get ready, because soon you will see even the small things take on greater meaning. An unexpected message, a forgotten memory resurfacing, a person returning with a new heart. All of this will be part of my perfect plan. Nothing is by chance when I intervene. The very air around you will feel lighter. You will sleep peacefully and wake up with purpose. The worries that once strained you will no longer control you. You will see the horizon clear up, and you will understand that you were never truly stuck. I was simply moving the pieces quietly in the background. Don't be concerned if some connections start to fade or certain paths change direction. I am rewriting your course to lead you to the destiny that aligns with the new version of you. What once was enough will no longer satisfy, not because you failed, but because you are being called to greater things. When confusion comes, remember, my peace is not tied to your circumstances. My peace is a constant flow that supports you even through change. If you feel everything shifting, do not resist. I am removing what is false, what is forced, and what is limited in your life. There will be days when you won't understand why something ends just when it seemed to be going well. But when you see what I am preparing behind that loss, you will realize that the temporary had to end to make room for the eternal. And when my favor starts to show, do not question it. Accept the blessings with humility. Many people think that receiving a blessing is easy, but it takes faith to believe that grace belongs to you as well. You have sown in tears, now you will reap with joy. In the days ahead, I will surround you with soft signs, words that confirm what you felt, doors that open without explanation, and paths that were once blocked. Every little detail will be proof that heaven is at work. And when my voice speaks quietly inside of you, the voice that doesn't shout but that you know how to recognize, remember this: everything that ends does so to make room for what I promised. A time of fulfillment, harvest, and answers is coming. The prayers you said in silence, the ones you made without strength, and the tears no one saw have all been collected. None of them were lost. Each one became a message for the angels who are now working in your favor. What you've been waiting for is closer than you think. But remember, it will not come in the way you expect. It will arrive in new forms and situations that may confuse you at first. I work in the unexpected, because that way you will know it was my hand, not yours, that opened the door. Do not look for the signs in the usual places. Look with your heart through a simple act of kindness, a sudden shift in a conversation, or a feeling of peace amidst chaos. There I will be speaking to you. What seemed like confusion will soon make sense, as if the pieces of a puzzle are finally falling into place. You will start to feel that the weight you once carried is becoming lighter. The things that used to hurt you will no longer have power over you. It won't be because you've forgotten them, but because my presence will heal the root of the pain. The memories will no longer hurt. The wounds will stop bleeding, and the pain will turn into wisdom. You will see how people who hurt you will begin to distance themselves quietly, without drama or confrontation. Not because you need to prove anything, but because the energy of your spirit has shifted. Your light no longer fits in the spaces that once held you in shadow, and as this happens, you will feel an inner growth, as though your soul is breathing freely for the first time in years. That is my sign. The deep peace you can't explain is not by chance, it is proof that my purpose is unfolding in your life. Do not try to control the process. Don't ask yourself why some things seem to be moving slowly. My timing is perfect, and everything is being placed exactly where it needs to be. Sometimes what takes time to come isn't the miracle itself, but your readiness to receive it. And when what you've been waiting for finally arrives, it will be fragile or short-lived. It will be strong, steady, and lasting, because what I create in your life does not crumble with the winds. Keep moving forward. Don't look back. You are crossing from what you were to what you are meant to do. This is the calm after the storm, the quiet after the noise, the promise after the process. Everything you've been through was written with precision. Nothing was a mistake, nothing was random. Every fall was meant to wake you up, and every loss pushed you toward greater understanding. I was there, even in the moments when you thought everything was falling apart. Now I reveal something to you. You didn't lose anything that was essential to your purpose. What left was temporary, but what is coming is eternal. Prepare yourself, because this new season will be nothing like the last one. The same doors that once shut without explanation will now begin to open easily. Places where you were once turned away will start to welcome you, and people who didn't understand you will begin to see you differently. Not because you've changed on the outside, but because my glory and you can no longer be hidden. I will give you back more than what you've given. You will regain your strength, joy, and vision. You'll see how what seemed small under your effort, under my favor, will now multiply. The seed you planted in tears will now grow with double the fruit. Nothing was lost. Everything grew in silence. There will be days when you feel like the air around you has changed, as if a new energy surrounds you. That is my spirit moving through you, bringing inspiration, order, and direction. Ideas you forgot about will come back with power. New people will show up with the answers you need. Opportunities will come to you without you having to force them open. This is my way of showing you that the time of struggling alone has passed. You will begin to notice and enjoy the small daily miracles. An unexpected call, a word that fills you with peace, a door that opens right when you were about to give up. Do not overlook these signs, because in them, my voice is speaking. You will also see how the places where you once felt empty will now fill with purpose. The emotional weight you've carried for so long will fade away, not by magic, but because you will no longer lie from the place of hurt. I am giving your soul the freedom to breathe. I am replacing fear with trust, confusion with clarity, and lack with constant provision. Listen carefully. You will not go back to where you were. You will not repeat the same patterns. That cycle of repetition, year after year, relationship after relationship, door after door, has been broken. A new path has begun, one that marks a clear before and after. Soon, you will see the signs of this change in your life. Situations that once seemed impossible will be resolved in a moment. Illnesses will fade, relationships will mend, and what you once thought was out of reach will become part of your everyday life. Not because the world has changed, but because you have learned to live in alignment with heaven's rhythm. My favor is not a single event, but an atmosphere. And when you live under it, everything will respond to the presence of my spirit in you. Delays will turn into perfect timing. The no S you heard will turn into yes. And when my blessing comes, because it will, don't rush to share it with everyone. Stay silent for a few days. Let your spirit adjust to the abundance. I want you to enjoy it in peace, recognizing it as the reward of your faithfulness, not just a stroke of luck. This new time will not bring confusion, but clarity. It will not bring fear, but confidence. It will not bring loneliness, but real companionship. I am filling your hands, but more importantly, I am filling your heart. And when my light begins to shine brighter within you, others will see it and be drawn closer to you, seeking comfort. Do not turn them away, because the same grace that has rescued you today will flow through you to rescue many others. Now that the past is behind you, my purpose in your life is becoming clear. You weren't born just to survive. You were born to bring my light into places where others have given up. I have raised you to be a sign not of perfection, but of transformation. Through you, I will show that nothing that passes through my hands is lost. It is renewed. Your story, with all its falls, tears, and silences, will become a tool of healing for many. What you have lived through was not in vain, it was your soul's training. This is why I now send you with a new heart, one that understands the pain of others, one that does not judge, but heals simply by speaking. You will see how people come to you, seeking what you once longed for yourself. Do not try to convince them with words. Let my peace shine through you. The light that will come from your spirit will be enough for them to know that you walk with me. I will place you in situations where your voice will be heard, not because you are seeking it, but because my purpose will lead you there. The doors that once refused to open will now swing wide, and when you step through them, you will know it wasn't by chance, but by fulfillment. The time of hiding is over. Now is the moment to reveal what I have placed inside you. That idea, that gift, that vision you once thought was too big will now grow effortlessly. And do not be afraid, for it will not depend on your strength, but on my support. You will begin to live with purpose, not out of hurry. Each day will have meaning. You will no longer wake up with fear of the future, because you will know that I am the one shaping it. Even in moments you don't understand, trust that I am already there, waiting for you. The peace you will feel now will not be temporary. It will be deep and lasting, a peace that cannot be shaken by outside forces. That is my sign that you are walking in the center of my will. And when you find yourself surrounded by light, opportunities, and genuine love, don't forget. It all began when you chose to let go. This is the true end of the old cycle and the start of your destiny. What was once a promise will now become your proof. What was once faith will now become your experience. And when my favor finds you, you will understand that everything that seemed lost was actually part of my plan to bring you to this moment. You have entered a new phase of purpose. You no longer walk by blind faith, but by revelation. What once felt uncertain will now begin to make sense, because I am showing you the blueprint of your destiny, step by step. Everything you endured was part of the plan. Nothing was wasted. Everything was building you up. This is the time when my presence not only walks with you, but goes ahead of you. I am preparing places, conversations, and situations where your name is already being spoken in a positive way. The hands that once closed to you will begin to open, and you will see that what you once asked for with tears will now come to you naturally. My favor will surround you in every detail, from a word spoken at the right time to an opportunity that seems to appear out of nowhere. Everything will carry my mark. Don't be surprised when people start to see a different authority in you. It doesn't come from titles or positions, but from what you've experienced with me in the secret place. I am opening your eyes to recognize the connections I prepared long before you understood their purpose. People will cross your path, not by chance but by destiny. They will be part of your fulfillment, and you will be part of theirs. The divine plan I started years ago is now becoming clear. What is coming will not just be an answer to your prayers, but an expansion. I am taking you beyond what you asked for because you learned to trust even when you didn't understand. And that, my child, touches my heart deeply. There will be signs of my presence around you. You will see how the atmosphere shifts just by your presence, how others feel uplifted when they hear you, how the environment changes with a word from you. This is no coincidence. It is my spirit at work in you. The abundance I am bringing isn't just in material things, but in every part of your life. I will bring rest where there was weariness, joy where there was sorrow, and purpose where there was confusion. Many will ask how you did it, and you will know it wasn't you, but my grace that carried you in the hidden places. In the days to come, you will begin to see signs of restoration, relationships healing without explanation, projects coming back to life, ideas growing strong again. What you thought was lost wasn't dead, it was just waiting for the right time and right environment to flourish. When you see everything start to move, don't rush it. Do not try to control the situation. Let it unfold naturally. I am ahead of you. My timing is perfect, and everything will happen exactly when it's supposed to, neither too soon nor too late. When my favor completely surrounds you, do not forget to look back with gratitude, not to relive the pain, but to see how far I have brought you. Your story will be a testimony that what seemed like the end was actually the beginning of my deepest work in your life. This is the final step of the process and the opening of fulfillment. Where there once were questions, you will now find answers. Where there was waiting, there will be manifestation. Everything I promised you is starting to show. You are now entering the land of restoration. This is the time when everything you lost, everything that was unfairly taken from you, or everything that was worn down by pain, will be returned to you, multiplied. Not as a simple return, but as a sign of divine justice. I have not forgotten what you endured in silence, the days you gave without receiving, or the nights when you kept believing when everything around you seemed uncertain. The invisible seeds you planted in tears are now beginning to grow before your eyes. The places where there was once lack will now be filled with abundance. The areas where there was emptiness will overflow with purpose. This is the result of the process, the proof that the waiting was not wasted but was a heavenly investment. I will surround you with new people and connections that will bring joy, growth, and meaning. Do not hold on to those who have already played their part in your story. Some cannot go with you to the next level, and that's all right. My plan is only for those with willing hearts. I am also restoring the inner parts of you, your thoughts, your peace, your self-image. You will no longer carry guilt or listen to the voices that made you question your worth. I am removing the labels of the past from your mind and covering you with my identity. You are not the result of chance. You are a choice. You are not an accident. You are filled with purpose. Your heart, which was once torn between faith and fear, will now beat with strength and clarity. You will feel more centered, more connected to the eternal truth. What once stole your peace will no longer control you. I am strengthening your ability to discern what comes from me and what does not, what builds you up and what leads you astray. As this happens, you will see how everything around you starts to shift. The doors that once seemed locked will open on their own. The prayers you made long ago will begin to come true, not because you remembered them, but because I never forgot them. There will be moments when the blessing is so clear that you won't know whether to laugh or cry. In those moments, Remember, this is not luck, but the fulfillment of my word. Everything I promised you is now coming to life. And when abundance arrives, remember the humility the process has taught you. Do not disconnect from the silence that shaped you. The same stillness that held you during the wait will be the one that sustains you in this new season. This is the moment where my purpose and your preparation meet. And nothing will ever be the same again, because you are no longer the same. You have been shaped, purified, and made strong. What now grows inside you will not fade, because it was planted in the soil of faithfulness. My beloved child, this message comes from the deepest part of my heart, straight to you. It comes at the right time, not too early, not too late, because every moment in your life has been carefully guided. I have seen your steps, your hidden tears, your silences full of hope, and today my words reach you with purpose. The struggles that seem never-ending, the nights when you felt my voice was silent, and the burden you've carried on your soul are all coming to an end. All of this is coming to an end, not because I've forgotten you, but because I've already completed the work that needed to be done in you during that time. When I asked you to wait, it wasn't punishment, it was protection. When you felt like everything was stopping, it was because heaven was rearranging your path. Nothing has been wasted. Every tear you shed was a seed. Every moment of silence was a time of preparation. Every wound you suffered was a door opening to a new glory. Listen, my child. This is not your end, it is the end of what held you back. The confusion ends, the doubt ends, and the burden that was never meant to be yours ends. I am closing old chapters, clearing your path, and removing what has been blocking your progress. What once seemed like loss is actually an act of love. Just as night cannot stop the dawn, sadness will not stop what I am about to do. This message is a sign. You've reached the limit of the process, and what comes next is fulfillment.